From the cobbled streets of Scotland to the bustling markets of America, Andrew Carnegie was a boy with a dream. With nothing but grit and determination, he rose to become a titan of the steel industry, a symbol of wealth and a beacon of hope for those seeking success. From his early days as a bobbin boy in a textile factory, Andrew knew that hard work was the only key to success. He took every opportunity to learn, grow, and excel in his work, setting himself apart from his peers with his natural talent for organization and strategy. As he climbed the ranks of the railroad industry, Andrew solidified his reputation as a savvy businessman. And when he founded Carnegie Steel, he changed the game entirely, revolutionizing the industry with his innovations and shrewd tactics. Today, Andrew Carnegie remains a symbol of the American dream. His influence can be felt in the market as a whole, inspiring countless entrepreneurs and business leaders to follow in his footsteps. This is the story of Andrew Carnegie, a man who rose from humble beginnings to achieve greatness, and whose impact will be felt for generations to come. As a boy in Scotland, Andrew witnessed firsthand the struggles of the working class and dreamed of a better life for himself and his family. The Industrial Revolution had brought significant changes to Scotland's economy, and the rise of factory production had created a surplus of workers, leading to high unemployment rates and low wages. The Carnegies lived in a small one-room apartment in the town of Dunfermline, where Andrew's father, William Carnegie, was a handloom weaver who struggled to make a living in the increasingly competitive market. Andrew's mother, Margaret, also worked to supplement the family income, taking in washing and doing other odd jobs. The family lived in poverty, struggling to make ends meet. Andrew's parents could not even afford to send him to school, so he was largely self-taught, spending much of his free time reading books from the local library. Despite their hardships, Andrew's parents instilled in him a strong work ethic and a belief in the power of education. They encouraged him to pursue his dreams and to work hard to achieve success. In 1848, when Andrew was just 12 years old, the family decided to immigrate to the United States in search of a better life. Like many families at the time, they saw the United States as a promise of a better life and greater economic opportunities. Andrew's experiences as an immigrant in the United States would shape his worldview and inspire his later philanthropy, as he recognized the challenges faced by newcomers to the country and sought to make a difference in their lives. Although the family's move to America was difficult, it ultimately proved to be a turning point in Andrew's life. It gave him access to new opportunities and allowed him to pursue his dreams of success and wealth. His experiences growing up in poverty in Scotland also helped to shape his values and his commitment to philanthropy, which would become a defining feature of his life and legacy. His first job in America was as a bobbin boy in a textile factory at only 13 years old at the time. He earned a mere $1.20 per week. Later on, he worked as a telegraph messenger where he earned $2.50 per week, and then as a telegraph operator where he earned $35 per month. Despite the difficult conditions, Carnegie was determined to succeed and took every opportunity to learn and improve his skills. As he grew older, Carnegie began to explore other industries, including the railroad industry, where he quickly rose through the ranks. He demonstrated a natural talent for organization and strategy, and was soon managing the operations of the Pennsylvania Railroad's Western Division. In the 1870s, Andrew Carnegie got the idea of making his own steel company when he saw the potential of the steel industry. At the time, the demand for steel was rapidly growing, driven by the expansion of railroads, the construction of new buildings and bridges, and the development of new technologies. Carnegie recognized that there was a significant opportunity to enter the steel market, which was then dominated by a few large companies. He also saw that the industry was ripe for innovation, with new production methods such as the Bessemer process making it possible to produce steel more efficiently and at a lower cost. Carnegie was convinced that he could build a successful steel company by focusing on vertical integration, which would allow him to control all aspects of the production process, from mining the raw materials to manufacturing the finished products. He also believed that investing in research and development was crucial to staying ahead of the competition and maintaining a technological edge. With this vision in mind, Carnegie started building his own steel company in the late 1870s, starting with the construction of a new steel mill in Braddock, Pennsylvania. He invested heavily in new equipment and technology, and implemented new production methods that allowed his company to produce steel more efficiently and at a lower cost than their competitors. Over the next few decades, Carnegie continued to expand his company, acquiring new mines, factories, and transportation networks. By the turn of the 20th century, his company had become the largest and most profitable steel company in the world, and Carnegie himself had become one of the wealthiest men in the world. However, this did not come without challenges. Andrew faced numerous struggles and challenges in establishing his steel company, such as competition. When Carnegie first entered the steel industry, there were already established players such as the Pennsylvania Steel Company and the Cambria Iron Company. Carnegie faced intense competition from these companies as well as new entrants to the industry such as the United States Steel Corporation. Market fluctuations. The steel industry was subject to market fluctuations, which made it difficult for Carnegie to maintain consistent profitability. In the early years, Carnegie's company experienced several booms and bust cycles, with periods of rapid growth followed by periods of contraction and financial instability. Labor unrest. Carnegie's labor practices were controversial, and he faced several strikes and protests from workers who felt that their rights and wages were being unfairly curtailed. The most notorious of these was the Homestead Strike of 1892, which led to a violent confrontation between workers and company security forces. Infrastructure challenges. Building a steel empire required significant investments in infrastructure such as mills, factories, and transportation networks. Carnegie faced several challenges in securing funding and resources for these investments and in maintaining and expanding his infrastructure as his business grew. Despite these challenges, Carnegie persevered and built his company into a major force in the steel industry. By the turn of the 20th century, Carnegie Steel had become the largest and most profitable steel company in the world, with annual profits exceeding $40 million. In 1901, Carnegie sold his company to J.P. Morgan for $480 million, which at the time was the largest business transaction in history. The company would later become part of the United States Steel Corporation, which was the first billion-dollar company in the world. Andrew Carnegie became widely known as the Steel King and was one of the most powerful and influential businessmen of his time. Carnegie was a firm believer in the power of capitalism and the free market. He believed that his success was a result of hard work, innovation, and risk-taking, and he saw himself as a role model for others to follow. He also believed in giving back to society and using his wealth for philanthropic purposes, advocating that it was the duty of the wealthy to use their wealth for the greater good and to improve the lives of others. Today, Andrew Carnegie's legacy lives on through his philanthropic contributions and his impact on the steel industry. Over the course of his life, Carnegie gave away more than $350 million, which would be equivalent to billions of dollars today. One of Carnegie's most significant philanthropic endeavors was his support for education. He believed that education was the key to unlocking human potential and that everyone, regardless of their background or social status, should have access to a good education. He donated money to build schools, libraries, and universities, including the Carnegie Institute of Technology, now known as Carnegie Mellon University, and the Carnegie Library of Pittsburgh. By donating to underprivileged kids, Carnegie is planting new seeds of opportunity, nurturing them to grow into strong and fruitful trees that will bear the fruits of success and prosperity for generations to come. Carnegie was also a strong advocate for world peace. He believed that war was a destructive force that could be avoided through diplomacy and international cooperation. He funded the construction of the Peace Palace in The Hague, which is now home to the International Court of Justice. In addition to education and peace, Carnegie also supported a wide range of other causes, including medical research, scientific discovery, and the arts. He donated money to build hospitals and promote cultural institutions. Carnegie's philanthropy had a profound impact on society and helped to shape the world we live in today. His support for education, peace, and other causes have benefited countless people around the world, and his legacy continues to inspire others to use their resources to make a positive difference in the world. In conclusion, Andrew Carnegie was a true pioneer and visionary who left an indelible mark on the world through his business acumen and philanthropic endeavors. From his humble beginnings in Scotland to his rise as a steel magnate in America, Carnegie's life was a testament to the power of hard work, perseverance, and determination. Despite facing numerous challenges and setbacks along the way, Carnegie never lost sight of his goal to create a better future for himself and others. He understood that success was not just about accumulating wealth, but also about giving back to society and using his resources to make a positive impact on the world. In the end, Andrew Carnegie's life was a remarkable journey of self-discovery, personal growth, and social impact. His story serves as a powerful reminder that with hard work, determination, and a steadfast commitment to excellence, anything is possible. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe.